they're going to be scattering away, but they are picking the fight right now.
No, on to the other side. Look at that. Morte takes down one, but he also goes. So these are the things, the communications, how fast you can go with those things. Your good fights and bad fights, those are the things you have to see. But Baba's moving up forward. Will he go for the fight? Yes, he is. As out there, he spots one, but no. Yashiro was the one taking down Baba in the situation as the cover arrives. Orochi's out there as well. Yashiro will be popping up a first hit for himself. Then might be going for a revive. But Salwat, they are in quite a tricky situation as the circle's going to be coming as well, and they have to move inside the zone 600 plus meters.
Well, they do have a vehicle, so that is going to be something that is going to work out for them. And I like the fact that entry against all odds is not going to have an early exit from this game, so that is going to be something in their favor. Jane, meanwhile, is laying down the lead on the team from Jean Mara. They are under fire. Malik over here is going to be in Orochi's crossfire. Can he get a headshot? I want to see the M4 in action. Wait a second. Malik goes down with a shot to the head. I love it. I love it. I called it. Let's go. Bold action.
Well, bold action coming up really good in that situation. But wait, what happened out there? Oh my god, that was wrong entry, going for a wrong entry. But the backup was arriving out there, but entry. Now it comes down to one thing. Can you save your teammate? Out in the situation when the circle's going out there, Yashiro has reached domination, already has 3 kills, 4 for the team. But Salwat Esports becomes the first team to get eliminated and was actually at the top. So the team attacked them. They're like, let's not rush right now. Let's just stay because this team is kind of in the form.
I get you. Yeah, the form definitely matters because for me, when you are at the top, I think you have an extra target painted on your back. But again, you've got to have, you know, cojones to actually go for the big bad dog out there. But let's come back to the game right now. Future Stations, Tammim is going to lay down some lead and, well, the opponent is not rendering. But at this distance, you can still damage the vehicle. Yeah. So, you know, if you pop out a few tires, especially in a buggy, and that thing goes in an uncontrollable spin, well, that gentleman is going to have to run towards you. So I guess this is my argument. Is it a wastage of ammunition, or do you think it's the right thing to do?
No ammunition, you know, just given out is a wastage. None. Because every time it's an information. It's always about the information that just goes out there. But on to one side, we saw, you know, some green smokes just going out there. ASL's Heaven is just in this house, and he is the last man surviving from Abrupt Slayers. If he goes down, then it is, I would say, that, you know, Venom Legends is again in their... is filled with Venom once again, because they'll be looking for it. But Heaven X, what's he going to do? Has 30 bullets. And look at this. He's just right around on the other area. Evil is moving forward slowly.
He's not making a single sound.
Exactly. He's just
get quiet, whisper right now. But that is exactly what's happening. I mean, if he makes a single sound, his position goes, and moves. You can, even if a single footstep, even if he coughs.
It's in the circle. That's what the zone meta has been.
It definitely has been. And have a look at where ASE are right now. You see that road to the north? Yep. They have that little flat ground. They have the mountains to their north. So they're not in a valley of death situation. Meanwhile, someone who is in a valley of death situation is Ines. They need to get out of this quick, because if an opponent comes on the high ground from the other end in the form of A1, they could be in a world of trouble. And look at that. See, that's the thing about height. You can get these unimaginable angles that you're like, you know what, my back is secure, but suddenly a bullet comes flying through the air, hits you, and you're like, I did an oopsie.
Yeah, I did an oopsie. But look at this. Exactly what we were talking about. ASE will be the only team inside the next zone. As you can see, the 5th circle's just forming out there. Now there's one thing. We are about to hit the 20-minute marker in just, you know, less than 40 seconds or something. But we still have 13 teams surviving. They get a good fight. They were looking really confident. And R3D, the team that was strong, gets eliminated.
Now, they don't get any position points because they go out in the 13th place. But they have 7 kills, 7 points. That is not a bad outing. Meanwhile, we have the circle shrinking in closer and closer. And now we are going to have a Serious Esports as they are going to go up against A1 Esports. Muffin does lob a grenade, but it's not like what we saw earlier. That is not going to do any damage. Sinister barely gets out of harm's way as he is going to patch himself up, but they've got to be quick because have a look at who's creeping in behind them. If 24/7 Gaming get that ridge, it could be detrimental for both teams.
Exactly, 24/7. They are looking really good. Yashiro, on the other hand, gets a grenade attack for himself as he takes on players from T2K.
What?
T2K is in a bit of trouble. That's something.
They are gone.
They are gone right now. Maybe FS might just go for the second chicken. If they go for it, we'll have to see how the situations just come up. But as of now, ASE versus A1 Esports, and just like you said, 247 is also chiming in.
They are going to chime in, and I think they might just, wait for these two teams to pick each other apart. And oh my goodness, that is going to be a bit of a misfire because Honeywell has knocked himself out with a grenade, and he has paid the price as Sinister, in his sinister ways, comes in and seals the deal. But now their work is not cut out. Explosions going up. Crazy goes down to that explosion, and A1, they are pushing up. Now these guys are getting the aggression up and basically in our faces.
Exactly. Dante is out here, but what's happening is the circle's forming out here as well. Kurkure moves forward, takes down Dante. That was a very, very good Russian and just, very good usage of timing for himself as well. Sinister 1 HP. Will he survive longer? That's a question, but no is the answer as he goes on. Kurkure does not have a helmet. Still is going for the fight. How longer can he survive in this situation? Shoykot is out there as well. This fight is a 2 versus 2 situation right now, but no, Shoykot goes down. A1 Esports a 6-9 is popping up those grenades. Muffin might just go down. We'll have to see how the situation just pan up as 6-9 is the last man surviving.
You don't need a helmet when you want to go Super Saiyan with that hairdo, and let's see if that's exactly what's going to happen. Muffin does know where 6-9 is, and 6-9 is going to move in. Is he going to get that knock? Dante has been finished. He is put out of his misery. Now we have the Chinese samurai hat on. He is going to go in. Opponents on both sides. Kurkure fires. Kurkure misses. Kurkure goes down. 6-9 now up against the last surviving member, but he couldn't do it. Muffin is going to be the one who walks away with the win.
And INES is also made into the circle. You can see the team number 6, that's INES. They're right next to ASE. That's surviving. Look at this. Elementrix. They have their players. They have all the 4 players. The only team that has all the players, but no, spoke too soon as Badrev takes down 2 players of Elementrix. Now they're down to 2 players. They have good kill numbers, Mr. Yozu and blah, blah, blah. Let's see what happens. But is this a wrong decision? Is this a right decision? We'll never know. But no, blah, blah, blah. That was a wrong decision. Opening up in this area. He's low on HP. He's popping up those smokes for himself. But how long can he survive? Mr. Yozu goes down in the situation as right now. Badrev is looking really good.
Orochi still with an M24 is trying to get a few more headshots. Let's call it. Let's call it. Is Evil Eye going to get taken out? He gets taken out again. And once again, that is a headshot. Let me tell you one thing. Orochi is the man you want to give the sniper rifle to.
He is the man who's going to bring results as well from that sniper rifle.
He's my kind of guy.
Yeah, that's totally true. I mean, that's true, but Shuo is still surviving. We'll see. Will we see another one just popping those heads up or not as we are down to 6 teams, 10 people alive. 2+7 gets eliminated on the 7th position. Future Station, INES, Asirius, Elementrix, Venlegends, P and Crew, but no. The players are still in a bit of trouble as they are inside the circle, but still the covers are just not there.
Now, they are going to be either side of this little road, so that is going to be a bit of an issue. The cover isn't really that great over here, but they have that little bit of a ridge. Yeah. They can go prone, but grenades are going to be what is going to be devastating, and Blah's grenade gets steel shot. He has been taken out. Yashiro gets taken out as well. Is that a squad wipe? That isn't. We still have 2 members alive. Yashiro is still alive and kicking. Orochi with that M24 is still alive and kicking. The question is he going to swap out that bolt action for something more rapid firing? Or not.
As of now, when the area is closing up, you can just go for it. I mean, you're very good with bold actions. You might just, go for the sprays as well if you're just going for it. But, well, 4 teams surviving. 8 players out there. INES, we'll have to see what happens. As for all the teams, you can see it's 2 versus 2 versus 3 versus 1. Shu was still surviving with 1 kill in his hands. But for how long? As of now, Orochi still sticking up with that M24.
INES now are going to have to move a bit north because the circle has shifted up front. And in my opinion, the best course of action, if they go from the right, they are going to have to tackle Team 5. That is, of course, Asirius Esports. Now, Asirius Esports, they are also going to be tangoing with Future Station. So the question is, are they going to slip in from behind, get the job done? Steel Shot gets taken down by Kurkure's spray with that Scarrel. Yashiro is going to reciprocate as he takes down Tammim. Now, FS are in trouble. Now, again, look, they just had that 1 car for cover, Roshan. It is not enough at this stage.
Orochi goes down in the situation, down to 7 people as we are, but Venom Shuo, he's still bringing out results for himself and for the team. Muffin's out here. For how long can he survive? Badrev's as well as Tammim. He is about to bite the dust as we speak. No, Badrev goes down in the situation, and this is going to be the end of Future Station. As it is Esports, INES, and Venom Legends. A 1 versus 2 situation, but Yashiro, the guy, has 9 individual kills for himself. Wow. How much more can he just take it?
I mean, if we had a betting license, I would have been shouting, place your bets, who is going to come out on top? Because it can go either way. INES with 2 members alive, Asirius with 2, Orochi gets taken down with that ratatatata from Muffin. That AK is rattling off, but his teammate is trying to get the job done. Muffin is under a lot of pressure right now as Yashiro is trying to move in for the kill, but he is low on HP. Good good decision over there to blow up that vehicle because an accident, an explosion could have been devastating. Yashiro goes in. Oh, that was good reaction by Muffin. He gets the kill.
But right now, Shua is the last man surviving a 1 versus 2 situation. Kurkure and Muffin. Can these two things get that chicken dinner just for the eatables? Well, Shua's out there. Venom Legends, will it be their game as they are also contesting for it? Numbers game say it's going to be ASE, but Venom Legend Shua is still surviving for his own team. 15 points versus 12 points. That's where it all comes down.
Well, you know, they're making me hungry with their names. The question is, are they hungry for this win? Now, Venom Legends Shuvo can be devastating, but he has nothing to heal himself up with, and the grenade is going to take off a little bit more HP. They have an idea where he is. I think this is when he starts, you know, talking to his maker, because it is going to be devastating. Wait! Kurkure comes in from the left. He almost gets taken out. That could have been an equalizing effect.
They are actually spraying on that tree. They still don't know the idea. They still don't have the idea. Look at that. They are actually mauling those tree areas. Shivo still surviving. Can he take down one? Can he take down one? No. Kurkure is still surviving as well. Muffin has his cover for himself. But right now, if the guard goes down, that's a proper cover for Kurkure in this situation. How many bullets does he have? Is he going for the grenade? Yes, he is. That grenade, if it connects, it will be a 1v1 situation. But in those areas, you can still see Muffin is good with HP, and Kurkure still survives. That guy still lives in the situation. Venom Shivo, he has to pull out a miracle if he can go for it. Kurkure, will he survive this time? And yes, he does again as he's moving backwards. Again, a 2 versus 1 situation. The zone is favoring ASE. They're just sitting out there. They're like, we want that chicken neck, because Venom Shivo, he has to get on the road if he has to get inside the circle. 8th zone, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and 28 minutes on the clock as this game might be ASE's, and yes, it is.
That's it. Assidious Esports are going to be walking away with the chicken dinner in Game 3 in Miramar.
And I hope you let me in, yeah.